Good morning to all of you. Today we are studying the topic which is called as the multi-threading in Java. What is the meaning of the multi-threading? Multi-threading stands for whenever we are processing two or more threads simultaneously. Its meaning is whenever we are executing the two or more threads at a time. Here why we have to execute the two or more threads at a time? The main reason is assume here this is my thread 1 and this is my thread 2, thread 3 and the thread 4. Okay. Assume here in my program I am having the 4 threads on there. Here whenever there is a multi-thread concept, we are executing these 4 threads at a time. Okay. Whenever we are executing the 4 threads at a time, at the time we are maximum utilizing the CPU. Okay. If we are taking the octa-core processor, it is having the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 6, 7 and 8. Here first of all the thread 1 is given to the 1, core number 1. Next thread 2 is given to the core number 2. Thread 3 is given to the core number 3. Thread 4 is given to the core number 4. Means thread 1 is allotted to the core 1. Thread 2 is allotted to the core number 2. Thread 3 is allotted to the core number 3. Thread 4 is allotted to the core number 4. Means at a time these 4 can be executed. Whenever these are executed at the time, it takes less time. The main advantage of we are maximum utilizing the CPU. That is the advantage of the multi-threading concept in the Java language. Right. So this one here. First of all, what is a thread? A thread stands for it is a lightweight subprocess. Okay. What do you mean by the process? Process stands for program under execution. If I am taking a process stands for program under execution. Program under execution means while executing the program, we are creating a process. Assume here this is a process. Now this process has been created in the subprocess 1, subprocess 2, subprocess 3, subprocess 4 and so on. Here these subprocesses are called as threads. These are called as threads. Whenever we are executing these threads simultaneously at the time, it is called as a multi-threading concept. Right. Here what is the advantage? While creating the multi-threading concept, we can maximum utilize the CPU. And the next advantage is we are saving the memory. And also there is the context switching. Okay. Context switching stands for, assume here this is the thread 1 and this is the thread 2. Okay. We can easily switch from the one thread to the another thread. That is advantages where we can use this multi-threading concept in the real-time areas. The real-time areas is the games and the animations. If you are implementing the any games concept, games applications or animation applications, at the time they need the multi-threading concept. Right, come to the program. Here I give one simple example. Class mythread. Here I am creating one class. The class name is the mythread. Implements runnable interface. Here this is the runnable interface. By using the runnable interface, we are creating the thread. The thread name is the mythread. Here mythread contains one method. The method name is called as run method. Here whenever we are run method is executed, it internally executes the for loop here. The for loop contains the integer I equals to 1, I is less than or equals to 3, I plus plus. Its meaning is this statement has been executed 3 times. System.out.println thread.current thread. Here the current thread stands for it represents what is the current thread which is executing on the JVM. On the JVM, whatever thread is executed, we are getting the corresponding thread, and get name stands for we are getting the corresponding thread name here. And after that, we are printing the corresponding I value. For example, while executing this for loop here, if the I value is 1 at the time, here I will get the value as 1. If the I value is 2, here I will get the I value as 2. Here if the I value is 3, I will get the I value as 3 here. Means which thread is executing and what is the current I value. For the thread 1, what is I value? For the thread 2, what is I value? For the thread 3, what is the I value? Here I am creating one class. The class name is a mythread. Here mythread class implements the runnable interface. Here it is having the method. What is the method name here? Run method. Right. Come this one here. Here I am taking the class multi-thread public static void main. This is my main class here. mythread t equals to new mythread. mythread t. Here this is my object here. my thread T equals to new my thread. Here I am creating the 3 threads here, T1, T2 and the T3. Thread T1 equals to new thread of T. Thread T2 equals to new thread of T. Thread T3 equals to new thread of 3. Its meaning is for this my thread class, I am creating the 3 objects. The first object is the T1. The first thread is the T1. Second thread is the T2, and the third thread is the T3. Here I am creating the 3 threads are there. The threads are the T1, T2 and the T3. For this thread I am creating the 3 threads are there, T1, T2 and the T3. Next, T1 dot set name means for the thread T1 I am giving the name as a, here I have given the name as a T1 dot set name. By using the set name method, we can give the name for the thread 1, for the T1. T1 stands for thread 1. For this thread 1, I am giving the name as a first thread. For this T1, I am providing the name as a first thread. This is the first thread. Let's come to second one, T2 dot set name. For the second thread, I give the name as a second thread. This is the second thread. Next, for the third one, I give the name as a T3 dot set name. Third thread. This is my third thread. Here I have created the 3 threads, T1, T2 and T3. For the T1, I give the name as a first thread. For the T2, I give the name as a second thread. For the T3, I give the name as a third thread. Next, here I wrote the T dot start. Whenever there is a start method, it invokes the run method. Whenever we wrote the T dot start method, it internally executes the run method. Means it invokes the run method. While the run method is executed, it executes the for loop here. It executes this complete for loop. Next, here immediately I also write the T2 dot start. Means I am starting the second thread also. T3 dot start. I am starting the third thread also. Means I am executing the T1, T2 and T3 parallelly. At a time I am executing these 3 threads here. Okay. While executing these 3 threads, okay, here we are getting this for loop has been executed and we will get the output here. With the practical, I will show this one. Right, see this one here. Here this is a command prompt. From the command prompt, I give the Java C multithread.java. Java C stands for Java compilation. Java compiler. By using the Java C command, I am compiling the program. The program name is a multithread.java. Right, in this one, there are no errors out there. Now, I am running this program. I am executing this multithread, Java space multithread. Whenever the multithread is executed, if you see the output here, first thread is running 1, first thread is running 2, second thread is running 1, third thread is running 1, first thread is running 3, second thread is running 2, second thread is running 3, third thread is running 2, third thread is running 3. Its meaning is we have to execute the 3 threads, but these 3 can be executed parallelly, simultaneously. Okay, we are executing these 3 threads internally, parallelly. Okay, that's why this is called as a multi-thread concept. Right, if you observe this one here, if I am executing again the same code, the output will be different here. Okay, why? Because sometimes the JVM will give the chance to the first thread, sometimes it will give a chance to the second thread here. Okay, if you see the output here, I am executing again, I am executing the same program, but I am getting different output here. If I am trying to execute the same program, again I will get some different output here. See this one here, third thread is running 1. Okay, means the JVM gives the priority to the corresponding threads. This is called as a multi-threading. Multi-threading stands for whenever we are executing the 2 or more threads simultaneously. The main advantage is we are maximum utilizing the CPU, as well as we can easily switch from the one process to another process. Okay, means we are saving the time here. The application adds the games as well as the animations. Thank you.